Don't tell me why I called this place back and asked them how my application going. Tell me why they hung up in my face. They hung up straight in my face. They hung up straight in my face. I said, I put on my professional voice. I said, hey, how's my application looking? Like, have you looked at it? Like, what's the status of it? They hung up in my face.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with the job market right now, but are we just being actively replaced by AI or robots? Because I don't understand how this many employers are looking for jobs, but this many employers are hiring. I'm overqualified for half the jobs I'm applying to. What do you mean you need 3+ years of experience to go to an entry-level position? Where do you expect anyone to learn these entry-level position jobs if you're not giving people the opportunity to gain experience in entry-level position jobs? It just doesn't make sense to me, and I feel like somewhere along the way from COVID, we forgot that we can actually teach people how to do jobs. Like, if you hire someone with little to no experience, you can just train them. Like, I feel like employers are not giving employees enough credit for the things up here, brains. We can learn, we can do things. Cause tell me why I've applied to 98 jobs, bro. 98. I have a wonderful resume. 98 jobs in the past 3 weeks. Had 2 interviews. 0 positions got. Because I didn't have experience. And they explicitly said that in my email saying I didn't get the job. What do you mean, bro? It's front desk. What is that hard about front desk, bro? Like, not a lot. I'm just frustrated. It's impossible to make money. Like, where's this $5,000 check, Donald Trump? I'm waiting for it. All this to say, I have an interview on Monday. Everyone cross your fingers for me. I have experience in this area, so fingers crossed.
This is actually way more common than you would think. I just got back from a bachelor party where 3 out of the 10 guys were unemployed. Mind you, these are a bunch of 30-year-olds with 8 years of corporate experience, one of which just finished their MBA from UCLA. Another one who has extensive experience producing TV shows, most notably the Real Bros of Simi Valley movie. And they've been unsuccessfully on the job hunt from 3 months to a year ago when one of them finished their MBA program at UCLA. These are some of the most qualified dudes that I know, and it's a struggle to find a good job. One theory that I've seen circulating out there is that companies are now trying to drive down wages because apparently during the COVID years, wages got way too high. The problem is inflation also got way too high, and we got used to living a certain way based on those salaries. And inflation's not going down, but wages are certainly getting driven down. And so now you have this massive disparity between expectations and what's actually being offered. All the while, there's a surplus of candidates because of all the layoffs. And that just makes for a horrible job market.
So I just did an interview, and the person interviewing me told me that there were 600 applicants, and out of the 600 applicants, they only selected 8 resumes, and one of those resumes was mine. So wish me luck that I was better than 7 other candidates.
Let's go to interview 2. This will be my 3rd interview with this company, and I have no idea if I'm going to get an offer. There were quite literally 3 other times when I made it to the final round of interviews with the company, and I didn't get the position because of an internal hire, and the other time was because the program got cut due to the Trump administration, right? So being in these multiple round of interviews and not getting it is so soul crushing, because usually the final round interviews are with panels of people, and it usually takes half a day. So yes, I'm gonna be really upset if I don't get this, because this is the final round and I'm just not getting paid for these.
Y'all, I am triggered by the job market. I mean, aside from everything going on in the United States of America, I will say is that there's the ghosting factor of not hearing back from recruiters, thinking that you did so well on an interview only to be met with crickets, and just don't even get me started on doing projects for for companies that want to see your level of experience and what you can bring to the table. And I don't get it. Like, I know it's competitive. I know it's a lot different than 20, 10, even 5 years ago. But, like, it's basically the Hunger Games at this point. And I just want to work for myself, but also I don't want to be poor. So, yeah, a lot of feelings right now. So, yeah.
Dog, I hate when I interview and people be like, wow, you're answering these questions so well. You're doing such a great job. Hire me then. Hire me right now. You could do it. Why not? Why wouldn't you? If I'm answering all these fucking questions so fucking good and everything is so peachy keen, hire my ass. Just do it. Sign the paperwork. Send them. Google document. I sign. Whatever you want to do. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm with it. Let's go, baby. I hit the ground running. I'm not playing no games.
I cannot get a real job. I've applied to hundreds. It's all no. So, guess you're stuck with me. I am going to be an influencer, okay?
I genuinely want to cry right now. Oh my God. So I just got off the phone from a Zoom meeting from another interview. Let me tell y'all, okay, because it's the same thing every time. And I get it. I'm stuck here in Iowa until earliest of May because my man is not done with his master's yet, okay? I understand that. I get it. So this is the second interview I've done where they've said they'll reach back out closer to May. So basically that's a no. So you guys won't help me relocate. I saw this post on LinkedIn and it was like, stop saying like health insurance, dental insurance, like vision insurance. Stop saying that's employee benefits. That is employee rights. Employee rights, okay? This job had some really good benefits that were outside of all of that. And like, I was really excited about it. I was really excited. And it's probably not gonna happen, so. We'll keep trying, y'all. Wish me luck.
Not only is the job market so annoyingly horrendous that you don't even get a call back or a fucking email and you get left on red by fucking Subway or McDonald's or some other fucking low entry education fucking job, that once you do finish the application process that takes forever and you give, these companies your phone number, your personal phone number, they just like throw you out to die. They just like dox your information to like white pages or something. I don't know. Like, look at this. They talk about some pay your Illinois tollway fees by February 28, 2012. I've never driven past the fucking tollway. I've never had an interaction with a tollway worker or any of that sort. Look at that fucking email. jthegotlibem@outlook.sk. Who the fuck is that? This isn't an official man. Fucking tired of this, man. When I apply to jobs, I'm not expecting to not only not get a response for months, but also like, what the fuck? Why am I getting my phone number leaked to like the outskirts of fucking white page or something? This is unacceptable, man. What the fuck?
And another thing, because this gets me heated, unless you've been on a job search in the last 2 years, you do not know how bad it is out here. The job market is trash, basura. It's been bad. I'm talking about applying to 20 jobs a day, reaching out to recruiters, doing this on LinkedIn, and hearing crickets. People are trying. People are not lazy. And then people who have a job give the most useless advice, like, why don't you tailor your resume to every single job? You don't think that I've done that? Unless your job is hiring and you have a referral, zip it.
I don't get how there are people out there that say like nobody wants to work, yet there are people like me who graduated almost 2 years ago and have submitted over 1,500 job applications. And I still don't have a job. I've been doing like side work and social media and stuff to pay the bills. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be homeless. I'd probably be homeless, completely broke. But 1,500 job applications, and I've gotten maybe 20 or so interviews, I guess. I've been to the second round a whopping 5 times. 5 times in 1,500 job applications. Or 1,200. I don't even know. I stopped counting after 1,000. But in 2025, I'm boggled that anyone is getting a job in this market, and people are still saying that nobody wants to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a master's degree and I can't even get a job. College is a complete scam. Do not go. Save yourself the money.
I feel like I'm being gaslit by America. America is telling me that there's so many jobs abundant, and I've been applying for 2 years. I graduated 2 years ago with a degree in marketing. and I have not been able to find a job. Where are they? Like, if you have a job right now, how'd you get it? And was it like nepotism? Like, were you handed the job? Like, I have no idea how people are getting jobs. Honest to God, I get ghosted by companies left and right. They say that the dating world right now is crazy with like ghosting. Hell no. Have you tried finding a job in 2025? You get ghosted left and right. I did a 2-part interview with a company that ended up ghosting me. I followed up with them 3 separate times to hear nothing back. No, like, hey, you could have worked on this, or like, no, you didn't get the job. Nothing. And like, I was so excited. I was like very confident I got the job, but yeah. So, lesson learned, if you have a job right now, do not leave it. If you just graduated, good luck, unless like you know someone. I've even gone the referral process, so I don't really know actually. Yeah, I'm looking for any advice. Like, if you're able to find a job right now, like, kudos to you, but help a girl out, because I don't want to do dog walking and dog sitting forever. Thank you.
Listen, I hate to be a bad influence and tell y'all to lie. I wish I really didn't have to say that, but I'm only trying to give y'all advice, especially in this terrible fucking job market that we have in 2025. It is hard, very hard for people to get a job right now. And lying is the only way to get a good chance of getting hired. So let me say it this way, okay? Let's say that you went to an interview and you said that you only have a diploma and you don't have no experience for real, versus the other person that does have a degree and stuff and they have multiple years of experience. Who do you think they're gonna hire first? Because it's not gonna be you. So that's why I'm saying, if you want a good chance of being hired, you have to lie here and there. You really don't have a choice.
Man, and another thing, y'all better keep y'all jobs. It might not be the job you want to be at. The pay might suck or whatever it is wrong with your job, but you better keep your job. Because right now, these jobs ain't hiring nobody. It ain't like it how it was when it was like 2020 or 2019 or before. These jobs is not hiring nobody. They sick of hiring people and then they just up and quitting on the first day or not even coming in, or when they do come in, they don't want to work or do nothing. They not hiring nobody. So keep your job.
Can we just talk about how fucked up the job market is in 2025, especially for us recent grads? Right there is my criminology degree, and right now it just feels super useless. Oh yeah, ignore that. Yeah. Useless as in, I don't want to go into law enforcement anymore, at least not right now. There's jobs I just don't think I'm good enough for. And I go on LinkedIn to search for entry-level jobs, and these entry-level jobs are bigger lies than a girl telling you she's not ready for a relationship. Entry level means little to no experience. Not 1 to 2 years or 3 to 5 years. I even saw an 8-year one. Not to mention I live in Washington, D.C., and if you know anything about federal jobs right now, they're absolutely cooked, like royally cooked. And the thing is now, is I gotta compete with all these people who have experience and a much larger background than I do. I'm cooked. I wanna move to another state. My mom won't let me because she's like, you're broke as fuck. This is my downfall. If you've been praying to my downfall, congrats, you're getting it.
Let me tell y'all how fucking ridiculous the job market is. And I really don't understand why these companies don't face any consequences for doing stupid shit like this and playing with people's livelihoods. But y'all, I've been ghosted by 2 jobs here in New York that I got hired for. One of them was literally a dispensary, right, that was opening and hadn't opened yet. It was new. They sent me an offer letter, followed up with how the inspection was going and everything. And then when I got back to them about startup date, what's happening, followed up, heard nothing. Months later, I see that they had opened just by casually walking, because I had found another job, thankfully, by that time. And it was in the same neighborhood in Times Square where they opened up the dispensary. Mind you, I'm 100,000% sure I have more experience. First of all, I was overqualified for the job. Overqualified. So not only did you play with my livelihood, but I'm 100% sure you hired a bunch of motherfuckers who don't even know what the fuck they're doing. Typical.
The 2025 job market is completely trash. Let me tell you why. over the course of like the last 2 years, no matter what industry, that I've seen like on LinkedIn, several different just regular career jobs, as well as like that require degrees, require certifications and whatnot. Most of those jobs have been posted, and I personally feel like they have been posted like as fake listings. Tell me where I'm wrong at, but why is it that, you know, when you go on LinkedIn and you look up most jobs on LinkedIn, or either on other job sites, or even on the actual business website, when you apply for jobs, the jobs are getting applied to, and you're getting whether you have been rejected or not within 10 to 20 minutes. Did you really read the resume? I'm only saying this because with me being an IT major, I've actually been applying for like several IT jobs for the longest, and I've gotten denied by every job, especially the BDR, SDR roles. Pretty much any job that I've applied to, like within the past like couple of years, have been rejected. And it's not just me, it's actually multiple people. And before, you know, you guys, you know, comment, you know, I need to tailor my resume and to do this, that, and the third, I'm already working on a solution for it. I'm actually working on my CompTIA certifications and my other certifications in cybersecurity. So we're working on it. And then also I have other businesses on the side, so I'm not desperate. But I'm making this video to like see, like, are y'all going through the same thing, and are y'all seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? I personally think it's just crazy, and I think it's weird, but it's the reality. And I highly recommend anybody watching this video, if you're going through what I've went through, or what most of the country is going through right now, I highly suggest that you probably learn a skill set of some sort, whether it's, you know, I'm not even gonna say drop shipping, but real skill sets like plumbing, tree cutting, selling products, something like that's legit, that will actually make you real money in the real world. You know, that's not gonna cost you a lot of money either. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I think it's crazy, and these are just thoughts that I've been having for a while, and I'm like, the job market is trash in 2025. It's been trash for a minute. But hey, you know, maybe Trump will change things at some point, right? With all these tariffs, right?
Y'all, I just left another job interview. Oh my gosh. I've been unemployed since January 22nd. And I tell you, this has been the most humbling, yet mind F I've ever in my life experienced. I have so much to say, so many thoughts, so many feelings about everything. Like, my brain literally, like, it just is so scattered right now. Thank God I do have an opportunity on the table. But when I tell you I've never worked for healthcare before, if any of y'all have ever worked in healthcare, I don't know how y'all been out here living it. Literally, I've given up everything except for my DNA for this job. Everything but my DNA. I'm giving blood. I done did an eye test. I done did identity test. I feel like I done did everything for this job. But start.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you need to stop judging people who are on the job search. You need to stop saying things like, everybody's hiring, or the job market's not tough, unemployment is at an all-time low. Or even worse, why don't you just go get a job at Home Depot or McDonald's? Guys, I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade, and I've never seen job seekers struggle as much as they are right now. In fact, other than the last few years, over the past decade, it has been a candidate market. Most companies I've worked with have struggled to find good quality candidates. But in this market, they are not having that issue. Especially for corporate positions, they are getting thousands of applicants. That's why we're seeing longer rounds of interviews. That's why we're seeing more assessments. That's why we're seeing companies be really picky. And it's why we're seeing lowball offers going out right now. If you want to know what it's like being on the job market, just think about applying to hundreds and thousands of jobs and not hearing anything from 99% of those companies. And then when you do hear back from them, it's either a scam, some kind of MLM, or they want you to go through 20 rounds of interviews only to be put up against 10 other people to ultimately get rejected. It is brutal out there.
I got a question. Are we interviewing the people who are interviewing for our company? Are we vetting them? Because I don't think that we are, bitch. I don't think we are. Because I'm exhausted. I really am. First of all, the job market is already excruciating. I'm applying to 200 different jobs, hearing back from maybe 5 people, and then getting ghosted. I had a interview for an entry-level job. First off, I'm back in school. I'm 29 almost. And I decided to go back in school later in life because when I was a kid, I didn't have the capacity to go to school. I had a lot going on that I needed to address, and I couldn't do that then. So here we are. Anyways, so I had an interview for a mid-entry level job where this girl looked at my resume and then she scheduled me for an interview. So keep that in mind. So we get on the phone interview and I'm telling her about myself. She's telling me about the company. And then her stupid ass goes, "So I see you're in school. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm not gonna lie, I have some hesitations because, this is a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday job," in the most condescending way. Monday through Friday job. All right, we need someone who's gonna be available for that. Yeah. And for me, school comes first. Yeah, school comes first. So. And I go, I completely understand that hesitation, but I go to school part-time and I go to school online and can do all of my work remotely. So I have a lot of flexibility and I don't ever let school interfere with my job because for me, school does not come first, bitch. And what a wild thing to say, Caitlin. Not everybody has the luxury of going to live with mommy and daddy to go get a bachelor's degree. I don't have that luxury because for me, feeding myself and paying my bills comes first. Unfortunately, you stupid bitch. What a weird thing to fucking say, especially to a stranger you don't know. Yeah. What the fuck was that? Also, you saw on my resume that I was back in school. So why did you waste both of our times if you're not a deal breaker for me? Stupid bitch. I'm tired of it. Do better. It's bad when I'd rather talk to a recruiter.
The job market in 2025, throw the whole shit away. Cause what are we actually doing here? Let me talk about this. Why am I interviewing with a person who has no decision on if I get hired or not? So I talk to you on the phone, you call me in for an in-person interview. So we do that. And then at the end of it, you go, "Oh, I'm definitely going to refer you to the boss and you'll have to come back out and talk to him." So who are you? Why am I talking to you if you have no fucking decision on if you hire anybody? You just over here screening niggas? I thought that's what the phone shit was for. Why are you screening me if you can't even hire me?
We need to have a serious discussion right now. Can we talk about the job market right now? When I tell you I have applied to 100 or more jobs in a month, probably even more than 100 in a month, and still nothing. I've gotten maybe 5-6 interviews, but other than that, nothing. I'm trying not to spaz, and I'm definitely not trying to be that person that comes online and cries, but it's getting to a point. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to a point where I just keep telling myself, we're not gonna stress, we're gonna remain prayerful, we're gonna remain hopeful, but and it's just I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like I have applied to so many positions and nothing. My resume, I've talked with different people about making sure that my resume looks good and just trying to make those changes to make sure that it looks good, and recruiters are interested and employers are interested, and people look at my resume and it sets me apart somehow, but that's not happening. And I will say I'm based in New York, and I also am looking for social media marketing positions because that's where my expertise is. That's where I have the most experience and also what I genuinely enjoy doing. And I feel like that industry is already so saturated, but it's just like it gets tiring, you know? Like it gets tiring after applying to so many different positions and just nothing. And then like to come online and hear that some companies are like posting about a job on like LinkedIn or maybe Indeed, but they're not actually hiring, or they do it so that they can end up hiring internal. So it's just like that sucks, because now you're not getting a job, and then it's just like it's a headache overall. I want to shoot my shot. If you are a company based in New York City, or even on Long Island, and you have any social media position opening, anything like content creation, social media management, marketing, can I like send you my resume? Maybe keep it on file, maybe take a look at it, give me some feedback if possible. But like at this point, something has to give. Like I need something before I have a breakdown, literally. And on that note, good night.
So the job market is actually cooked right now. You have all your Amazon, Google, Meta employees getting laid off right now with like 10 years of experience applying to entry-level roles. And you have your college graduates that are applying to retail and restaurants because they can't get an entry-level job without experience. No one's trying to go from making over 100K to making $20 an hour. So that's why people cannot find the jobs that they want.
I'm so sick and tired of applying to jobs, going through 3-4 interviews just for them to tell me a month later that I didn't get the fucking job. If you're a recruiter, you need to start like telling people that they didn't get the job after the first interview at this point. Like, I'm so sick of applying. I've been applying to jobs since fucking April, and it's fucking October, and I've gone on, for example, I went on an interview with this company 4 times. It took them a month to tell me that I was not getting the job. I actually had to reach out to them just to see if the position was still open. This is ridiculous. Like, there was another job I did 4 interviews for. I filled out my references and everything just for them to tell me that they went with the internal candidate. Like, come on. I'm so tired of this job shit. It's getting on my nerves. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, just kiss my ass at this point.
So look, I was supposed to put in like 20 apps, right? And I just stopped myself at 9. I was on LinkedIn just sitting there cooked. I can't go through another job board. I'm fried. Like I put in so many apps the last 2 weeks that I'm just not feeling it right now. I gotta take a little break. You feel me? I got an interview with a job. You mean tomorrow's a pet store type shit? Shit, I like pets. You know what I mean? I fuck with some pets, like, because the corporate America shit must be fried. I'm out. I'm out right now. Like, I'm about to just fuck with a job and work on getting a trade or some fucking certificates or some whatever, bro. Like, I'm not focusing on the corporate America shit no more. They can eat a dick up, real rap.
So, can I come on here and have a transparent moment with y'all? I graduated in May with my master's degree in health science. I'm still looking for a job. May 2024. It's February 2025. Still looking for a job within my field that pays well and that doesn't require me to essentially be a slave. Still looking for a job. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about this because when I initially said that I wanted to create content, honestly, my content was supposed to be surrounding like college and being a non-traditional student. And I'm going to start that now because there's no way that nobody else is going through this. There's no way that nobody else can relate to like this feeling of exhaustion. It is honestly such an exhausting feeling to be searching for work, but then also to be doing these interviews and not hearing anything back, or to apply for all these jobs and not hearing anything back. Like, it really does start to chip away at you. And then it can even be like demeaning because you start to apply for stuff that you know you're overqualified for. Like, I'm applying for jobs at this point that require you to have a bachelor's degree, and then I'm still having to go into these interviews and explain to people like my qualifications or why I deserve the job. And it's like, it's on the paper. And I know like an interview to a certain extent is selling yourself, but y'all gotta feel me on that. Like, it is so like demeaning to a point to deal with people, and
your education still doesn't speak for you. Your experiences, your internships, whatever, still don't speak for you. And you're in a position of like, I don't want to settle, but what else am I going to do?
Is anyone else sick and tired of this job market that we're currently in?
Everyone is. And the reason being is because all these companies are just playing games with us. They say they're urgently hiring for roles, and then you apply to them and then you get rejected. They say that they need people on their teams, and then a week later they repost the jobs even though they have qualified candidates. It's just a terrible job market. And I've applied to hundreds of jobs doing experiments to see what works and doesn't work in this job market. And resumes with companies like Microsoft, Meta, Deloitte, Goldman Sachs, and even going to Harvard have been getting rejected. And I'm hearing from my friends who are recruiting that they're getting 2x, 3x the amount of applicants for their roles, and they're only hiring one person. And the reason why is because you got companies who are doing a bunch of layoffs, so now you have even more people on the job market. And then that has downstream implications to those who have been on their job search, because now they're competing against people who used to work at these big corporate companies who are even more qualified than them. So the question is, how do you stand out? One of the best ways is to make sure that you're networking with the right people. And those are the people with the purple circles on LinkedIn that you can reach out to who are hiring. And then make sure your resume is tailored towards the job you're going for and has a high resume score. And you can do this by creating a resume where there's hard skills and tools relevant to the job you're going for, as well as metrics to show the impact that you've made. I'm here to help you every step of the way, and let's get you jobs. How did you know all this? Because you follow me, Jonathan Words of Wisdom.
Hey TikTok, it's been a little while since I've came up here with any type of job update. If you don't know, I have been unemployed since October of 2024. It is now pretty much March of 2025. So I'm going on about my 5th month being unemployed, and I've probably put out well over 300, almost close, I would say between 250 to 300 applications in this time span. Anyway, I say all this to say that I recently interviewed for a position. This was 3 weeks ago now. And the lady was telling me I did the initial interview with her. It went really well. She said she's going to follow up her team and get back with me for the second interview. So a week passes. I didn't hear anything back. I was dealing with the death of my family, so I didn't really think too much of it. But she ended up getting back to me saying that she was out all week for the flu, and that she would get back to me on scheduling my second interview. So that was last week. We're in a new week. I reached out to her yesterday, and today she finally got back to me today saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I know this isn't what you want to hear, but due to the high volume, blah, 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 we've gone with someone else." So I'll say all this to say that the job market right now is just based off luck. Like, I can't even be mad anymore at anything. Oh, people are fake hiring or the fake job posts. It's like, it really is just luck. Like, maybe you're lucky enough to know someone in the right place. Maybe you're lucky enough to have applied in a certain time frame for them to see your application first. Maybe you're lucky to be that internal candidate who, gets prioritized over the position. But I can no longer beat myself up or be in my head about it, because I will legit go crazy. I'm in the running right now that one's off the list, for still 3 other positions, and one of them has been in play for 3 weeks now. It's like, what's going on? So if you're like me and you're in the job market and you're feeling really discouraged and you're feeling like this is a constant never-ending loop of just disappointment, I feel you. I'm with you. We will get through this together. Our luck will strike at some point, but don't beat yourself up about it, because odds are it has nothing to do with you.
Say, I see folks talking about the job market in 2025, boy, and y'all ain't lying, boy. You got to do 1,500 applications to get one interview in one round. It is literally sad that when you go and walk into a place and they have a now hiring sign, you have to really ask the employees or the manager, be like, are y'all really hiring? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really hiring, or is that just, just for show type shit? You gotta laugh to keep from crying and stuff, man. And it's crazy how this job market is now, bro. Like all bull crap aside, bro. Like, you have to go through 7 rounds of interviews now. And then me personally, when I be applying for jobs sometimes, I get that. I'll get the interview, I'll get everything except for the job. I'll get that, oh, you're overqualified speech. Like, I don't think this will be the right fit for you. You know, you have a lot of experience, all this type laissez-faire in this, and you know, you might be a little, they'll tell me you might be a little overqualified. You should try a higher position and maybe you'll get, hey, come on now, I'm trying to flip a burger. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to scan I'm trying to be a cashier and you know, scan the item, but man, this job market crazy, bro. Like, it is. And I hope that everybody who in this job market, I hope they try to I hope y'all find something, shit, man. Just go be a janitor. I'm a janitor. Go be a janitor somewhere, man. Shit. Can't be overqualified to clean up.
Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know, if you're struggling to find a job right now, it's not you. It's not you. This market is insane. What used to work in the past to find a job, how people job searched, how people did a lot of things, doesn't work now. Which is why I started my company. Which is why I started it. I wanted to help people, not just presidents of companies or CEOs or things like that, but regular people who are just struggling to find a job because this job market has lost its ever-loving mind. So if you're one of those people, and you work in any field and you just don't understand the market right now, that's okay. I'm here to help. You can go to my website. You can sign up for a free consultation. It's completely free. And we're going to go over some of your biggest challenges. Okay? So go sign up directly on the website and we'll get you started. Okay? Y'all have a good one.
The Great Resignation is over, and the 2025 job market is absolutely brutal. I am talking to hundreds, if not thousands of people who are having a tough time on the job search. This is what they are experiencing. They are having to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, and they are seeing about a 1 to 3% response rate, meaning if you apply to 100 jobs, you might hear back from 1 to 3 of those companies. The other 97 companies will either ghost you, you'll never hear anything back, or you'll hear back from them 9 months from applying. Then once you get into the interview process, things do not get much better. We're hearing about 4, 5, 6, even 7 or 8 rounds of interviews. And these might take place over 3 or 4 months. So we're seeing a lot longer interview processes. And this is because companies know if you're not willing to go through this, they can find plenty of other people who will. And between each round of interview, you're going to experience long delays. This might be where you don't hear back from the company for 2 or 3 weeks and it's going to feel like you're getting ghosted. You're also going to experience a lot more assessments and take-home work, and companies are really taking advantage of how desperate people are right now. Then, if you get to the final round, you will be up against 4 or 5 other people, and whatever offer they give you will not be what you discussed in the first call. They are putting out lowball offers right now. I've even seen companies saying the job is going to be remote, and then changing it to where it's hybrid or in the office last minute. Welcome to the 2025 job market.
I signed a job offer for a company in April of 2024. Today is January 14th, 2025, and I've yet to start that job. These companies be broke, low down, dirty dogs, okay? Literally, so I applied and interviewed for this consulting firm. Within 2 interviews, they decided they wanted me. I applied for a senior consultant, a senior change management consultant. They gave me an offer for an analyst. Analyst is straight out of college, no experience. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. So we worked through that discrepancy. And then she also, I noticed in the language, it just said project manager. Mind you, it was a change management consultant. Now, there's 2 red flags already, but I'm still going with it. I said, I applied for a change management consultant. Why does it say project manager? Mind you, I am a project manager. However, change management is my thing. It's my jam. I don't want to be a project manager in this instance. And she goes, oh, well, we decided that we just want a generic project manager because, you know, we might put you on any kind of project. So you should have said that, right? Whatever, I go with it. Cool. Just I sign it. So they give me a contingent offer. Contingent means, hey, we ain't got a project for you right now, but we gonna lock you in. You can't go work for nobody. And we gonna call you when we got something because we don't want to put you on the bench. Okay, whatever. I'm going with it. And so I signed the offer. She then messages me again like a month later in May and was like, hey, I still got you on my radar. We ain't found none yet. Okay, whatever. Messaged me again later that month. Hey, we still ain't found none yet. Okay, whatever. I didn't respond because at this point, this is clearly a lie. Now, this is a legitimate company. This is very much a real consulting firm and it's a real situation, but they're very much horrible people. Okay. So then randomly, I remember about this job in July and I said, let me message her. So I said, hey, Sarah, you told me that the contingent offer expires in 90 days. It's 90 days. What's tea? And she basically let me know, oh no, don't worry about it. You still on the radar. We still looking for a job. We still looking for you a role. If you want it, you still got it. All right, cool. Whatever. Then I get a message in October from someone named Sylvie. Like, hey, I'm Sylvie. You previously was working with Sarah. Sarah ain't your recruiter no more, but she do still work here. Woo. I don't care. Are you still looking for a job? Because I'm going to keep looking for you one. We might have something in a couple months. A couple months? It's already been 7 couple months. And you talking about in a couple months, maybe. So I just messaged her back just for the plot. Because at this point, why not? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still looking. Keep me on the radar. And she's like, okay, will do. Here we are a couple months later, aka 4. How many is a couple? How many is a couple? 4 months later and I still have not began this job. Companies are a scam. Companies are a scam. And this is why I am a huge proponent of doing whatever the F you want to do. And not let these people play with you. Because first, y'all started by playing me on a title and money. It was like a $40,000 discrepancy. Played me on the title, which you gave me entry level and I was supposed to be 3 more levels higher. Then you played me on the actual job. You had me interview for something and then you wrote me an offer for something else. And then you've yet to have me start. Y'all are broke. Matter of fact, I'm about to look up right now how much money the company brought in, because at this point, how are y'all even staying afloat? Maybe you are staying afloat. Maybe that's why Sarah had to switch around and go wherever she went. I'm curious, and I'm keeping up with the plot just to see if they keep following through, because at this point, if she messages me back, I'm gonna keep going with it to see how long this goes. Because they will literally keep playing with you until you tell them to stop playing with you. But I'm just gonna keep letting it play, because you wanna be funny, I'm gonna be hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you right now, people can't find no work. They can't find no job because they giving all the jobs to people that they already built relationships with. Majority of hiring managers are hiring people that they either 1, know, 2, have built a relationship with, 3, somebody has sent a referral on their behalf that they trust, or they've made some type of connection. A lot of these applications that are being picked over the ones that are not being picked is primarily, 1, because your application and resume, it looks poor probably, or 2, because they already had a candidate in mind when they posted the job application or the job opening, but legally they have to post the opening anyway. So they already gonna pick who they gonna pick. You see what I'm saying? Why does this matter to you? Well, it will behoove you to start going out to build relationships with people who are aligned with the position that you want, especially for you people who want like a top level position. Go find out who is in charge. Go build a connection. Because connections will get you in doors that your experience can't. You know this saying, it's not about how much you know or what you know, it's more about who you know. Yeah, that's still true. In 2024, that's more truer than it's ever been in life. Go build a relationship.
A lot of you are still underestimating just how brutal the 2025 job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade, and I've literally never seen job seekers struggle as much as they are right now. In fact, the whole time I've been in recruiting, it's usually been a candidate market, meaning companies have had a real problem trying to attract the right people. Now, unless you're in an industry like hospitality, maybe construction or manufacturing or healthcare, when it comes to corporate jobs, companies are just not hiring as much. And at the same time, we have seen a ton of layoffs, meaning it's really, really competitive. I'm talking to hundreds of candidates, and this is what they're going through. They have to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, and they're gonna hear back from about 1 to 3% of companies. 97% of companies don't even get back to them. It's like literally applying into a black hole. Then once they get interview callbacks, they're having to go through really, really long interview processes. I just heard about one this morning where someone has to go through 7 rounds of interviews. We're also seeing that the process is just taking longer, 2 to 3 months. Gone are the days in 2021 where companies would interview people for a week and then make an offer. Right now, they will put you through a grueling couple of months interview process that includes assessments, take-home work, and sometimes panel interviews. And then if you do get an offer, don't expect what you discussed in the first call with the recruiter. Right now, companies are giving lowball offers because they know if you want to accept it, someone else will.
I applied to 100 jobs in 5 days, and this is what I learned. A lot of jobs are now asking you to put your salary expectation in the application. First of all, no, I will still find a way to get around that, but I just don't like that. A lot fewer roles are requiring you to apply using Workday, which thank God, because I have never loved using Workday. I just never loved putting in my resume only to put in my resume again in your text boxes. I also learned that between searching for the next job to apply to, seeing whether or not to apply to it, and then applying to it, that all takes me about 6 minutes. I also see that some companies limit the amount of jobs that you can apply to, and not like a limit of like 20, more like 3. It really sucks because I may truly think that 3 roles are perfect for me, so I'll apply to them, but then you create a job tomorrow that is perfect, and now
Finding a job in 2025 is literally crazy. I am searching, and I've been searching for like a month now, and I'm just like sitting here like there's so much competition and people who are trying to do the same thing that you are doing. So you know what? I'm like, hold up. I need to stand out. What do I need to do to stand out? So this is what I'm doing, and I recommend this for everyone. It may take some time. Not my dog, but I literally created a 6-month marketing strategy for this brand that I want to work for. And I literally put in like just everything that I see for the brand and what they can work on and what I would love to add. And then the strategies that I feel like we can do together. So it doesn't just take me applying. It's my work, my personal work, and what I see and envision for your brand. So this is like, it's a lot of work out here. And you know what? I'm not mad at it because this is putting me in my creative element. But when you do it for so many times, I promise you, like, it's gonna pay off. I don't know. I know it's gonna pay off.
Bitch, why the fuck is it so hard to get a goddamn job right now? First off, bitch, y'all not even hiring the motherfuckers with the degrees and the PhDs and the bachelors and shit. Ho, my teacher used to move me into a quieter space to take my test. Ho, I know y'all not finna hire me. All that damn playing and shit. I know y'all not finna play with my ass. And then you go on fucking Indeed and shit. They only show you jobs that's fucking fully committed and fully staffed, bitch. Enough with the fucking games. Talking about y'all won't help immediately. Y'all need help ASAP and shit. Well, apparently, ho, my fucking helping hands wasn't fucking good enough, was it? Nah, apparently not. And I'll be damned, cause bitch, I'm a great fucking worker. Ho, you had me goddamn running the whole team, bitch. You don't know what the fuck I'm capable of. Talking about you gotta have experience in this and that. Ho, first off, who the fuck would have taught me that? What the fuck? Talking about some experience and then experience and shit. I ain't got no, ho, you still gonna train me anyway, even if I didn't have experience in a fucking subject, ho, you gonna train me anyway? What the fuck? McDonald's not even hiring right now. You telling me I can't even flip no fucking burger? Ho, I can't flip no fucking, I can't even put the fucking fries in the bag. I asked my neighbor, she need her damn grass cut, lil'. I'm nigga trying to make an extra buck, you feel me? Lil' Susie didn't turn me down. Damn, lil' ho, I can't trim your weeds. Fuck, I'm trying to shape your shit up. Lil' Susie trying to make sure you're right, bitch. Damn, fuck with me.
I've actually had quite a few people ask me how my job search has been going. If you are unaware, I was laid off from my full-time job exactly a month ago, and I posted a video about it. It went viral and whatever, but I've had people ask me how my job search is going. If you couldn't tell by how puffy my eyes are, it's not going well. I feel like today is like the first time in the last month that I like actually had like a full-fledged breakdown just about the job market and things like that. It's really hard when like you go through an interview process somewhere and you are really hopeful about a job and then you don't get the job. And the job market is so tough because jobs want like 3 to 4 years of experience and most people like don't have that. Like, I've just kind of come to the realization I have so much shit coming up this year between weddings, trips, my wedding, my honeymoon. Our lease is up in June and I hate crying on the internet, but it's just all very, very overwhelming and it's really hard to even like have your application be seen by most companies. Like, I just feel like when you apply on LinkedIn,
your application is literally viewed by like AI, not a real person, so you're not getting through to someone. I've also just seen so many videos like on my For You page this week and like just over the past month actually of just people being laid off, and some of the comments are just like so mean on those videos. And even my video, like I got so much like hate on my videos. I haven't talked about being laid off since those videos just because I was tired of like receiving negative comments about it. But at the end of the day, like when you're laid off, like your income is literally taken from you without notice for something that like you didn't do. Like it's not like you got fired for something. I am so mentally just exhausted.
If anyone's looking for an update on the current state of the job market, do I have a social interaction to share with all of you? So today I got a phone call from a recruiter who I had previously worked with. And I had been working with him for a while for a role at this company that he thought I was perfect for. And it was managing some social for on a team, working with department marketing managers and things like that to help bring all these social activations to life. And he thought I was a great person for it. I thought I was great for the role as well. And I didn't get it, but that's completely okay. And today he reached out and he said, hey man, I have this other role at that same company that I think you would be perfect for. And I said, cool, tell me a little bit about it. And he starts describing the role, and it is the exact same role as the one that I had previously interviewed for. He is describing it the exact same way. So I then asked, like, hey man, how much is the salary? What's the salary band that we're working with? And he described to me that the salary band was very competitive and perfect for this level of expertise, but it was $20K less than the role that I had previously interviewed for, which was only just slightly above what I'm currently making now. So I was like a little bit confused, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, man, I'm not actively, and I told him, I'm not actively looking, but why don't you send over the job description like you did last time so I can read through it and think about it? And he said, yeah, for sure, of course. So he sent over the job description, and I opened it. And I had looked for the previous email of the job description that he sent me the first time I interviewed with him, and they were the exact same role. This company was trying to hire the exact same role, exact same person for $20K less. So I noticed that everything was the exact same, like the number of years experience, the education level, and all of the responsibilities and roles under this job description were the exact same thing. So I sent him an email and I was like, hey man, did you happen to just accidentally send me the wrong one? And he goes, nope, that's the one. That's the one. So he knew too. So that's where we are. Everyone wants more and wants to pay significantly less.
So I posted a video about how it's hard to find a job in this day's economy, and people love to come for me and say that I'm just lazy. Mind you, I've cleaned toilets, many toilets. I've flipped many donuts. I mostly have experience in being a machine operator, but I have a business degree, which I've never been able to use because nobody will hire me for business-related positions. You know why? If my resume is too good, they're afraid that I'm going to take their job. If my resume is too bad, they're not going to hire me. Recruiters have admitted that they've taken only 6 seconds to look at people's resumes, and they've also admitted that they've used AI to completely paraphrase your resume. Not only that, but I've used eBay and Facebook Marketplace as a side gig for the past 4 years. I will go to people's houses whenever they're giving stuff away for free or they're doing estate cleanouts and resell their shit just so I can stay afloat. But I'm not resourceful. Word, okay.
Hey, I would like to apply to this job. All right, cool. First, you're just going to have to sign up for a brand new account. I have to make an account just for one application? Yes. All right, I made my account. I'm ready to apply. Sweet, just drop your resume in right here. All right, there we go. Now I just need you to fill out your entire work history as well as your education. Oh, that's all in my resume. No, you gotta fill it back out manually from scratch. All right, I just rewrote my entire resume. What else? You're almost done. Now you just need to submit a video of you telling us why you want to work here. It should be 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? No. All right, I've submitted the video. Can I apply now? For sure. Just attach your cover letter below and then we can... Dang it! Why do you need that? Why? Just give us the cover letter, man. All right, I wrote out the cover letter. Can I apply? You sure can. Just press submit, and then we will never get back to you. Have a nice day.
I swear to y'all, I just called like 7 to 8 people about a job. And literally, they all said they had nothing. The job market sucks right now. The job market is at a 0. Another episode of Living Life Unemployed, y'all. Before you decide to quit your job right now, wait as long as you can. A 0 right now. And let's not get on ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter, y'all got jobs on there from years ago. These people is not hiring folks. And then Indeed, y'all on there talking about y'all got this and this available, but people is not getting no callbacks. And then you got the temp agencies. They are struggling. Literally, I seen somebody in the store from a temp agency that can't even get people jobs. It is all the way down here. So if you got a job, do not quit your job right now, as long as you can stand it. Now, if they acting a fool and you can't take it no more, quit. But if you can stand it, stay at that job for a little longer, because I don't know what's in the air right now and what's going on, but jobs is not hiring. They not hiring nobody. People is not getting called backs. You calling people, oh, we don't have nothing available. You put in applications for the jobs that is available on Indeed. You're putting, I don't know what's in the air, but it's in the air. The job market.
I was hired and fired within 3 days of working for a company. Not because I did something wrong, but because they messed up with the time zone. So I think what's going to end up happening in 2025 is that if you jump on LinkedIn right now, you're going to see each job posting has hundreds and hundreds of applications for it. And people are going to realize that getting a job is a job that's harder than being an entrepreneur anyways and building your own thing. So you might as well do that, because that's permissionless. Right now, you're trying to run around and try to get permission in order to get paid, when you realize that maybe I should just start my own thing, because I don't have to rely on someone else to give me a paycheck. And that's actually easier. Before it was harder to do that, but now it's becoming much, much easier.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. The 2025 job market in a nutshell. If you had to describe it in one word, what would you put? Drop a comment. I would love to hear y'all experiences as well. But yeah, we heard from the people. The people have spoken. They can't find no goddamn job. So what we gonna do? The only thing we can do, keep pushing forward and keep grinding. All right, y'all. Until then, I'll be back with another video, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. See y'all soon.